hello to our happy community. Hope your day is going positively well. So, I was watching this Milwaukee bus driver. She spotted a baby or a child, and um, she went out and she got the baby. The reason I'm making this video is because I wanted to bring um, awareness to not judging so quickly. And the reason I say this is because an incident like that had also happened with me and my family. My children, my two children had walked out while we were sleeping, and so the cops were called, and the cops were in our face and saying, like, where's your children at? And I'm just like, they're right here. And I was half asleep still, so I was like, they're right here. So I didn't understand what was going on. But that's when I realized that my daughter has slept walk outside, and she was big enough to unlock the door. So she had unlocked the door, and her brother apparently was following her. So, and he was younger than her. And so, and the thing about that is that the neighbors, and this is like, and why I'm mentioning the neighbors is because when you live in a community, you kind of, like, everybody kind of knows who you are, who your children are, like who the children belong to and stuff like that. And you would have thought that the neighbor that had called the cops knew who we were. They knew our children, and you would have thought that they would have knocked it or came to see what was going on, but they didn't. They ended up calling the cops. The cops came, and the cops had was like, where's your children? I'm like, well, they're right here next to me. And they weren't, though. And so I started panicking. And they was like, if this happens again, like, just, I guess, if you want to say threatening or just saying what was going to happen if it did happen again. And I just wanted to bring this awareness to people that stuff like this do happen, and that you shouldn't judge people behind it because you don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? And so I was looking at the comments on the Milwaukee bus driver finding, a baby walking out there in the streets, and the comments are very judgmental, and I don't think that people should come with judging. The first thing that they say is like a judgmental comment or a judgmental statement. And so I think that we should be open-minded and see what's really going on, and not jump to conclusions. And so I just love to make this video because it's an eye opener. It was an eye opener for us, and it was also a learning lesson. So what we learned was that, okay, so this does happen, and so what can we do to protect our children just that much more? And so what our solution was we had put more bolts, more locks on our door higher up, so to the point where she couldn't reach the locks. And also we put the couch facing the opposite way to the door, and so that way it would help. And it was a solution that helped in our case. Now, I don't know this person's case. I don't know what exactly happened, but let's just say that children are amazing beings. And if you just observe and watch them, they are very smart and intelligent, and they are capable of doing things that you wouldn't even expected a child to be able to do, but they can. And so what I'm saying here is that we shouldn't judge. We shouldn't be so quick to judge. We should, hear what the father had to say, and because like I didn't know that my daughter was going to sleepwalk out and then my son was going to follow her. Like he must have woken up and saw that she was like leaving the house and he had followed her, and he was younger than her. So you never know in cases like this. And so I always, I'm just saying from what I saw, and I didn't go into much reading when it came to that story, but I did notice a little judging talking about the baby was better off with the cops, and that's not necessarily true because there's some other incidents where um you could be the best parent ever and then your children get taken from you and put in a place where they're mistreating your children and abusing your children. So therefore, just rethink, don't judge, so don't be quick to judge, and give the parents a chance to recorrect the situation, because things do happen, and we should not be quick to judge others. And so just think into that, just, and so you know it's just amazing. It's amazing. Especially, you never know until you're in that situation yourself, how things, you know, are going to go and how things play out, and then the judgments that you get from other people. You never really know until you're in that position. So I say, don't be quick to judge others. Don't be quick to throw a stone. I love you all, and I hope that you all have an amazing and wonderful day because I know I am. Mwah.